Have you been doing the work and you're just tired, like just worn out? Um, that's kind of what I want to talk about today. If you're just weary of doing all the things and working so hard, trying to stay at it. And the second part there is if you heard the saying that truth is sweet to the ears, there's like a part two to that phrase. Did you know that? We're going to talk about both these things and how they apply in your finances, especially when things are tough and you're worn out. So, if you're with me today, let's talk about this on today's Your Money, Your Life podcast. So, let's do this. Welcome back to another episode of the Your Money, Your Life podcast. I'm your host, Aimee Cerka. Let's talk about keeping at it when things are tough, okay? There is a lot of tough situations going on. And creating unstoppable finances and stepping into unstoppable finances does not mean that there's not going to be tough times. I've never promised that. I never will. But keeping at it when things are tough can be hard. I mean, let's be transparent here. Like, we feel beat down. There is sometimes this facade even that we put on that it's not something that we can even talk about because of whether that's our ego or pride or something else that's going on, this external influence that we can't show people how much we're really struggling. And you know what? There's different degrees of struggling. Like, there is hitting rock bottom, which I kind of feel like we've done several times. And there's just like struggling where it's not as easy as it was before and things are changing. And, those fears come up because, we have those money mindset stories that are showing up time and time again, that we're aware of those things, but they're not gone. So some of those things will still come up. And even if that fear is getting to you, and I just want to tell you, if you've been doing the work and you're struggling to keep at it because there's a tough time going on right now, I just want you to know I see you. And I want you to have support. If you don't have that supportive community, just like to lock arms with you, to work with you, to move forward, I'm going to put some resources inside the show notes. That's what Money Masters Inner Circle Academy is going to be all about. Money Mindset Makeover Blueprint is still available. Doors are going to be closing, or bonuses are going to be ending. Price is going to go up. Price is going to change. All of those things in just a couple days. But if you're struggling with that, I want you to have support. I want you to know that you have somebody in your corner, because I've been there. And you know what? We've been there like recently where things happen. We took pay cuts. We've done things to prioritize other parts of our life. And, we set these game plans and they don't always work out the way that we thought that they would. And sometimes there's struggle in that. And you know what? That is okay. It's okay that we're on a roller coaster of life. We're just working. When you create those unstoppable finances, the lows aren't as low as they could be because you've done the work. It's less painful. You're still secure financially, but that doesn't mean that it's not hard and there's not still a struggle there. So I don't want you to feel like you're alone if you're struggling with keeping at it in a tough time. But the other side of things that I wanted to speak to today, really just keeping at it when things are tough, was just on my heart. So we kind of impromptu added that into the podcast today, because I think it's important that you know that you can do this. Just keep at it. I mean, you do have people supporting you. But all right, let's get to it. So truth is sweet to the ears, but there's like another part to that statement that we leave out. Truth is sweet to the ears, but sometimes it knocks you down first. Okay. I am never here to guilt you. That is never my goal. There's no guilt. There's no shame. There's no, not even really blame here. The point here is I'm here to tell you the truth, and I'm here to help you discover the truth for yourself. And the truth is, often, even if that whole fears are showing up because things are tough, we're looking back. And if we're looking back at the past, it's preventing us from moving forward. It's preventing that forward progress, and projecting those past hurts into our present and into our future is just holding you back. And I don't want that for you. So just know the truth. We do hear that. Like a lot of, I hear it all the time whenever I talk on, the creating unstoppable finances, like that signature thing that I teach you, and how we shouldn't focus on paying off debt and how we should focus on our net worth. And how many times I hear like that makes so much sense. But sometimes it kind of like knocks you down first, because it's like, we've been doing this wrong isn't the right word. We've been doing this not the best way for so long, or it just feels so different. It kind of like takes your breath away almost for a minute while you regain that. And that kind of brings me to the next point. Like, the truth is, it's not just doing the work. And we know that it's doing the right work. We have to visualize where we're going. So are you doing these things? Are you doing the mindset work? Even if it's tough, even if things are going great, so that we're not getting knocked down, because our belief is powerful. Imagine how powerful you can be if you step into how powerful you will be when you step into what you're looking towards, and you stop looking back at the past and the past stories and the past failures, everything that you've done. You stop looking back. And if you start doing that smart work now, like I said, you're going to have those unstoppable finances. You're going to get past that whole like being knocked down. You have those unstoppable finances. So when tough times come, because I think we've all figured out that stuff happens, even if it's not things that are out of our control. There are things that we can control and things that we can't. Okay. World economy, you can't really control that. Okay. So when things happen that are outside of our control, when you've done the work that you need to, it's not as painful. And I'm not discounting anything that's going on right now, either in the world, anything that you're struggling with personally. I just want you to know that there's a better way out there. There's an easier way, and it doesn't have to be this hard. We have to stop looking back in the past, and we don't even realize we're doing this. I think you've probably noticed the theme as we've gotten ready for Money Mindset Makeover Blueprint. And like, now that it's available and that you can join us and all of those things, it doesn't have to be real. And I can't stress that enough, because often, we're in the jar. I think we've talked about the pickle jar analogy before, but here we go again. If you're in the jar, you're in the pickle jar, and you're trying to climb out, like, you can't see the way to get out, right? But if you have somebody on the outside showing you like, okay, hey, step here, avoid this spot, you're going to get out that much faster. And that's why it's so powerful, because sometimes we don't even realize that we're almost going in circles in our pickle jar, because we're looking back at the past and all the past mistakes that we've made. And I've heard, especially as women, that we have a tendency to do this, that we take our faults and perceived failures more harshly than men do. I don't know if that's true. I know that I've had a tendency in the past to beat myself up as well. So I can definitely speak to that we do those things on a continual basis. Let's recap what I want you to take away from today. I want you to keep at it, even if things are tough. I want you to know that I am here to tell you the truth. I'm here to be on your side. I'm not here to guilt you, but I do want you to know that looking back prevents forward progress. And I don't want you to project those past hurts into your present, into your future any longer, because you have an impact that you were called to make. And the longer that we are holding ourselves back, the more people that are suffering because we aren't making the impact that we were called to make. It's not just about doing the work. So if you're doing the work, doing all the things, we have to do the smart work. We have to visualize, we have to believe where we're going to go and what you're stepping into, so that we'll stop looking back and start doing the smart work. You are powerful. You are unstoppable. And that is exactly what I want for you. If you have any questions, if you are feeling that stuck, check out Money Mindset Makeover Blueprint. Send me a message on Instagram. Let me know if this was valuable to you. If you've heard the truth is sweet to the ears, but sometimes it knocks you down first. I can't wait to hear from you, and we'll see you next week for another episode of the Your Money, Your Life podcast. Bye for now.